Doing a virtual reality video. It's been a while. Difficult subject, but recent conversations I've been having, whatever videos I've been making. I really don't have conversations. But anyway, it just got me thinking about just how it just solves so many problems. This human diversity thing is a real problem. People identify with parts of the world in such different ways. There's some people somewhere, no doubt, who are horny, for horse shit. And they'd probably like to roll around in it. I mean, we all have such a different world that we want to live in, or would prefer, or a different definition of a perfect real-life scenario for ourselves. And there's just no practical way to make this fucking world look like that. As people, we don't invest in the same thing. We have the same values. We have to compromise each other. I was sort of thinking of, because of the whole feminism, anti-prostitution, pornography kind of crap, that's sort of an example, just how fucked up things are. People are in stupid circumstances and have to basically buy little pieces of happiness from each other. And it's just pitiful when you look at it. It's pitiful, I'm sorry, it's just fucking pitiful that's what life on this fucking shithole means for an awful lot of people. Is that we gotta buy and sell each other. We gotta bribe each other into conforming or performing in a way that we need, we want, what might satisfy us. And it sucks. The whole sex thing, that's a separate video. I really want to mess with that in virtual reality, but virtual reality is really about sex. It's about satisfaction and actualization. And it's also about fail-safe. It's about eliminating all the mediocrity and the bullshit that is life. It's just so obvious that that's the way to go. And, we're just never going to get there if we have to keep waiting for capitalists to sell it to us. It's just not going to happen that way. Wouldn't have landed on the moon if we waited for the capitalists to figure out a way to make money on the deal. Because we aren't going to make money on the deal. It's just silly. Anyway, it's my golfing spot. So I'm going to golf now, and I'll be back instantaneously, from your perspective, when I am walking back towards the place with which I live out my mediocre existence. Yes. It's pretty good. It's all such bullshit. It's just mush. 2 billion years of evolution. I should be able to say, oh, pretty big deal. Yeah. Wow. Nature has made me so I like the environment. What a surprise. Oh, anyway, enough said. Get you later. Alright, I'm back. Yep. A little lonely. I just put the camera on and fast forwarded or something later, but it's only a half-hour video, so I still could do it for 15 minutes or something. But anyway, I'll do that some other day. Too tired today, anyway. So, what is it? I still gotta go collect my golf balls here, a couple of them. Some stupid pink one here somewhere. Lost in this grass somewhere. Well, it should be right here. I saw it land. It should be right here. It's not right here. Yeah, there's a white one. And I should be over here, hopefully. If I remember correctly. It should be right here. Yeah. Not here either. Someone's stealing them. Come on, it's gotta be right here. You see it? It's got to be right here. I saw it. Man, good shot. Yeah, got it. Oh, no short. My eyes deceive me. Alright. So, sorry, moving of the camera does cause noise. Sorry for any of that. My fault. Alright, back. Batteries. Okay, so virtual reality, it's like when I'm sitting out here, this is really nice, but, yeah, there's that cut grass. So, I mean, I can erase that. And then you can start adding things like some flowering bushes. And, once you start doing that, adding and subtracting, you can create a much more interesting world. And all of a sudden you're playing the Masters and you have a trophy wife and the world loves you and, can turn into anything. But then there's also the question, you have to go in with some sort of notion, instead of being a person who rolls around in shit, you'd have to be a person who could see some sort of, pleasure being derived from, successfully hitting a ball into a stupid hole and being celebrated for it. And so you'd have to go in with a psychology of programming to start with. And so that would always be the question going into virtual reality, is what do you take with you? Do you start as a kid or a baby and be programmed with certain disposition, a certain history? Because, that's the other thing great about virtual reality is once you can synthetically create experiences, you can synthetically create a memory. And by doing that, people wouldn't have to actually suffer, but they'd have a memory of one's suffering, so they could have appreciation for it without ever having to experience it. So that could still be a rich part of virtual reality, would be some notion of good and triumph over the negative of that. But there's all kinds of negatives you can create. I mean, there's so many, you can go any direction. You can create you can be any kind of life form imaginable, any kind of machine imaginable. Anything that we can project a personality into, you could live as. There's just, it's so frustrating that there's so many people that just close the door on this subject, and there's just so much to it. It's where consciousness will go if we survive. I just don't see how we would not end up there, because it's utopia. And it's also the argument I've made before, but it's the fail-safe environment too, because there is no exploitation. There is no paying somebody to please you bullshit. You can be a bit of a glutton, you can be a user, and there's no price paid for it. These are arguments I've made before, so I hate being redundant. But like the other channels, I want to try to write up something, a few paragraphs, and maybe a few of us can get together and make a compilation video that is of some merit. But I guess there does need to be the argument. I just got to find somebody to argue with. I mean, that One and All guy was good at it, but 65 videos was that was obnoxious. I mean, come on. Can't have that argument. That's too much argument. But the basic argument is there's no prohibition against it, there's no law against it, there's no God to say, what, you don't like my reality? Nature's an asshole, an idiot, so why shouldn't we improve on it wherever we can? I mean, these devotees of living the natural life are such a preposterous joke. That's just acquiescing to retardation and failure. It's just stupid. Yeah, just leave consciousness stuck in mediocrity. Great idea. Fools, morons, fucktards. That's all there are. Anyway, as I almost tripped and fall. So what else can I say before I get to the gnarly part of the path here? I gotta switch hands. Sorry. Getting too old for this shit. That's the other part, getting too old. Be nice to be 21 forever. Be 10. Be something other than old. But, it might be a day or two where you might want to play the video game, 90-year-old guy fishing, surf fishing or something, and he catches the biggest, tuna fish or something. So anyway, I guess that's enough of a video. I just think this, obviously this can be improved upon. I could have a longer stride. It'd take less time to get through this crap. But whatever. I think you get the drift. And, what's got to be emphasized, I guess, the really important feature is the fact that it is the fail-safe environment. You can't blow up the world in virtual reality. Not that I'm against blowing up the world. That's the problem. But conceding to the public demand that we invest in this silly thing called consciousness in life, we ought to just do it right if we're going to do it. But yeah, theoretically, just we shouldn't be doing it. But people aren't going to get that, so we'll just argue from a position where people might be capable of putting a few facts together and creating a logical, realistic description of our reality and what our reality necessitates, is a better word, necessitates is really a word, us doing. Yeah. Good enough. Alright, sorry, this isn't much of a video, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of videos elsewhere and such, and things like that there. Oh, this is such a nice spot. I like it here. I'll make videos from here probably in the summer when it's hot. It's just really wild here. It's nice. So anyway, yeah, it's uphill, you know, so I'm tired. I was running, golfing, you know, hit the ball, run after it, kind of thing. So I'm a little tired. And such. Anyway, enough of the video.